14th, we shut it down.
Just give it up for Carl Dix.
Woo!
Sisters and brothers, I am here to tell you about an emergency. That emergency is that police are murdering people every day all across this country. In March alone, police killed 111 people. In 30 days, 111 people. In the first 85 days of this year, police killed 78 unarmed people. 78. This is what we're dealing with. But let's put a human face on this. 2 days ago, police in New Jersey, in Vineland, New Jersey, went to the home of Philip White, a young black man. They arrested him. They have not yet said what they arrested him for. But once they had him in handcuffs, they threw him on the ground. They began to savagely beat him. They stomped him. They kicked him. Then one of the cops let the police dog out of the car and sicked it on Philip White's body down on the ground. The police dog bit him in the face and all over his body. 10 hours later, Philip White was dead, executed by police. This is an everyday occurrence. This is not something that seldom happens. We could talk about Michael Brown. We could talk about Tamir Rice in Ohio, Cleveland, the 12-year-old boy with the toy gun. We could talk about Ezell Ford in Los Angeles, Maria Cornejo, Omar Abrego, also in the Los Angeles area. We could go up to Pasco, Washington, and talk about Antonio Zambronis Montes. We could talk about people all across the country, Jason Harrison in Dallas. This is going on every day. And it's not just a few bad apples, because the cops who do the killing, their fellow cops, maintain a blue wall of silence to help them cover up their murderous deeds. The district attorneys quickly pronounce their killings justifiable homicide. The media gets into it too. Have you ever seen those reports when the police kill somebody? Don't they often give you the criminal record of the person that was killed? In New York, police shot a guy in a darkened stairwell in his housing project who they say they didn't even know he was there, but when the media report came out, they put a mug shot of the guy who was killed to make the point to you that the cops were killing criminals. But what has actually happened is people have been criminalized, especially black and Latino people in this society, treated like they're permanent suspects, guilty until proven innocent, if they can survive to prove their innocence. And as we know all too often, they cannot survive. This is illegitimate, it is unacceptable, it must be stopped, and we have to stop it. I came here to not only tell you about this, but to recruit you for April 14th, 12 days from today. All across the country, people have got to shut down business as usual, because business as usual in this country includes police getting away with murdering people. This has got to stop, and you all here have to be part of stopping it. See this poster right here? It's got the faces of some of the people, a few of the people murdered by police. You got to get these posters. You got to spread them on your campus. You got to get the stickers, the palm cards, and spread that too, so that a lot of people know that we're doing this. There's details on what's going to happen here on this campus. That's got to be spread. Spread it hand to hand. Spread it on social media. Let everybody know. And I will tell you, this is everybody's problem. Don't tell me this is a black problem or a Latino problem, because that ain't right. That ain't what human beings do. And if you start saying that, you are tossing aside your humanity. When police are killing Black and Latino people, these are your people that are being killed. It is our children who are being killed. I don't care if you're Black, white, Latino, or Asian. These are our people, our children that are being killed, and we have to take that kind of stand. What is going down, sisters and brothers, is a slow genocide of police terror, mass incarceration, racial profiling, a school-to-prison pipeline that's targeting especially Black and Latino people. We gotta stop it before it picks up steam. We've seen genocides before. In Germany, too many people stood aside and said, it ain't my problem. First they came for the communists, but I didn't speak out because I wasn't a communist. Then they came for the trade unionists, but I didn't speak out because I wasn't a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, but I didn't speak out because I wasn't a Jew. And on and on and on. And the person who said this was I think he was a Christian, maybe even a Catholic. He said, then when they came for me, there was no one to speak out. That was Pastor Niemöller. You cannot stand aside from injustice in the hope that it doesn't come down on you. One, because injustice can spread, but two, whether it spreads or not, that is not a human response. You are tossing aside your humanity if your approach is to stand aside from injustice. This is injustice, sisters and brothers. It is widespread. It happens every day. It is illegitimate and it is unacceptable. So you got to be a part of standing up and saying it's got to stop. And look, this stuff is built into the framework of this system. The youth, the young people in the inner cities are growing up without ways to legitimately survive and raise families because this capitalist system has moved the factories halfway across the world in search of people that they can pay far less money, work much harder in much more dangerous conditions. That's leaving our young people, because these are our young people, with no ways to survive. This is built into the fabric of this system. Don't think that because Barack Obama called a White House commission on policing, that that's going to do anything. They've had commissions before. I'm old enough to know this. 50 years ago, after the rebellions, they called commissions. These commissions found that they were mistreating Black people. Well, guess what? They didn't stop mistreating Black people. They just changed the forms. But it continued. It got even more savage. That's what we're dealing with today. We got to stop this system. That's why I'm spreading both the message of shut down A14 and that it's going to take a revolution to stop this once and for all. If you agonize over this, you need to check out the movement for revolution that the Revolutionary Communist Party is building. Get with us, see what we're about. Look at what we have to say and what we do. And as you do that, you have to join us to stand up to stop police murder. And that's going to be on April 14th, joining us to shut it down, to disrupt business as usual, because business as usual in this country includes police getting away with murdering people, especially Black and Latino people. People's lives are on the line here. It is important, it is urgent that we act, and our humanity is also on the line. We cannot be the kind of people who see injustice, who see horrors being perpetrated. And this horror, as bad as it is, isn't the only horror that this system perpetrates. But let's start here. Let's stop this horror. Let's take this on. Let's